and it is getting as cold as a witch's tit. Trust me. Anyway, so it is time for me to get my Musa. No, you moron, my Ensete out. I was going on about the whole Ensete thing, how much I love the red banana, and you know what? Yes, I do, but I'm rather disappointed because it did not pleasure me as much as I thought it would. Yes, because it didn't grow. It was in a pot first of all, then I put it in the ground where it still is right now. In both situations, it was in full sun, which they like. It looks like a big fucking cabbage. Sometimes we just get disappointed, and this is what happened here. Anyway, so what I'm going to do, it didn't perform very well this year, so I thought, you know what, why don't we just propagate? Let's just make more out of it, so we can be even more disappointed next year. Well, or maybe they grow, I don't know. Anyway, so now we're going to propagate. By now you would expect it to have, huge leaves, but it is rather cabbage-like. The process in itself is really easy. Ensete, unlike Musas, don't have any pups. Musas, you plant one and you have like loads and loads of pups all over the place. With the Ensete, you don't. You buy one plant, you will only ever have one plant. Unless you tear the damn thing apart, and this is exactly what we're going to do. I love the idea that this propagation is based upon brutality. You have to literally cut the heart of the plant. To shreds, not to shreds. Anyway, you know what I'm going to show you, but what I'm going to do it slightly differently because of the fact that it can take months before you see any kind of result. And seeing that I'm the most impatient gardener there is, I'm trying it a different way. I'm going to leave some roots on. You know what? Rather than me going blah, 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 I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So the Ensete's out of the ground. I washed off most of the soil to have a look what we're dealing with. And now we'll butcher it. What we're gonna have to do now is just basically take all the leaves off first. So I just go straight in there. That can go in the compost. We continue to cut. Also, when you think, look, how much water comes out of the leaves. So for instance, what you would do if you would store it for the winter, you just cut off all the leaves and have it sitting like this for, I don't know, a week or so, just to drain all the water out of it. Obviously you wouldn't cut the leaves off. I mean, I probably would have cut off about this much if I would actually have kept it in the basement, then put it in a dry, cool place. But we're not going to do that. We're going to butcher it. I'm going to take some of the roots off. What I'm going to do now is cut it in half. And I know it's a scary thing to do. And you know what? For me, it's scary too because I haven't done this before. But here goes nothing. So, just go straight through. Try not to cut your fingers off. So if you can see this, a banana really doesn't have a trunk. It is a collection of leaves. As you can see, all the leaves here basically build the base of the plant, and this is the part we want. This is the core. This is more or less, I guess you could call it the heart of the plant, and this is where we then have new plants sprouting from. We can actually cut more leaves off, so being quite ruthless. And this is what I'm going to keep because I don't want to cut too much off here. Usually people cut all the roots off. I'm going to leave the roots on because I'm going to have a look whether that actually speeds it up. So you can have some sort of success. Before I put them into the ground, I will put some cinnamon on them. Cinnamon is a natural fungicide, so obviously we don't want that any kind of creepy shit is going to grow on them and that basically, turn this all into mud. Yes, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put cinnamon on it. Cinnamon generally is a super thing for plants. Also, what cinnamon can do is encourage root growth. So, when you take cutting, you dip it into a little bit of cinnamon and that will encourage root growth. So, cover it in cinnamon and it makes it all smell Christmassy. Again, cinnamon, great antifungal. I should put it on my feet. Anyway, so all we're doing now is this in there, compost around it, and that's it. All-purpose compost, and it's got a little bit of grit in it and stuff, so it's nothing too moisture retaining. And this is how I'm going to do it. So like that. So you can see the depth of the compost. So now I'm just going to fill it up round about here-ish. That's it. I'm going to water them for the first 2 days and then ever so often again finger soil and all that sort of stuff. And just in case if you were wondering, the reason why I'm pushing it more to the back and have the front part here, should anything happen, all the little pups are going to be growing from here. So from there out. So obviously there's a little bit more space. And right now, this is the first time I tried this, and you know, we'll see. Let's face it couldn't disappoint me any more than it did for the growing season. Okay, give it a rest. Let it go, boy. Well, the Ensetes are in the house. I'm going to clean up, and that's it. And I'm obviously going to post some update videos, and I shall talk to you guys later.